Okay, so you want to own an amusement park. Buy a large piece of land, build a few roller coasters, install a Ferris wheel, open the front gates, sell thousands of tickets. Watch families, tourists, school groups, and thrill seekers pour through the entrance every single day. Then collect millions of dollars every summer. From the outside, it looks like one of the happiest businesses on earth. Children are laughing. Roller coasters race across the sky. Music echoes through every pathway. The smell of popcorn and cotton candy fills the air. Every restaurant looks busy. Every souvenir shop is packed. Every ride has people waiting in line. The parking lot is completely full. It almost feels like a business that prints money. After all, every ride operates hundreds of times each day. Every ticket can be sold again tomorrow. Every food stand serves thousands of customers. Every souvenir becomes another sale. Every hotel room can be booked again the next night. So how could an amusement park ever struggle? The answer is simple, because everything guests see is only the final product. Behind every smiling family is a business worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Behind every roller coaster is an engineering project that took years to build. Behind every fireworks show is a financial machine consuming enormous amounts of money every single day. Long before the first guest ever buys a ticket, the business has already spent a fortune. One roller coaster alone can cost more than an entire office tower. The land underneath the park may be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. One rainy summer can erase profits that took years to build. One major accident can damage a company's reputation overnight. Owning an amusement park isn't simply about building rides. It's about managing one of the most complicated entertainment businesses in the world. Because amusement parks aren't really selling roller coasters. They're selling experiences. They're selling excitement. They're selling family vacations. They're selling unforgettable memories. The rides simply give people a reason to walk through the front gate. The real business operates far beyond the attractions. It's a combination of real estate, engineering, hospitality, tourism, construction, finance, food service or retail transportation, technology, and long-term investment. By the end of this documentary, you'll understand exactly how amusement parks actually make money. We'll break down the enormous investment required before opening day. Discover why choosing the wrong location can destroy a park before construction even begins. See where billions of dollars disappear before the first ticket is ever sold. Learn why underground infrastructure quietly costs more than many roller coasters. Explore why restaurants, hotels, parking lots, merchandise stores, and premium experiences often generate more profit than the rides themselves. And discover why companies like Disney, Universal, Merlin Entertainments, Cedar Fair, and Six Flags continue investing billions of dollars into parks that were already successful. Because once you understand the economics behind the magic, you'll never look at an amusement park the same way again. So where does every successful amusement park actually begin? Not with a roller coaster, not with a castle, not with a Ferris wheel. It begins with a map, because the most important decision any amusement park owner will ever make isn't choosing the biggest attraction. It's choosing the right location. That single decision quietly determines almost everything that follows. How many people will visit every year? How much the land will cost? Whether future expansion is possible? How easily guests can reach the entrance? How profitable the business eventually becomes? Imagine building the world's greatest amusement park in the middle of a crowded city. Land prices would be extraordinary. Traffic would become a daily nightmare. Parking would barely exist. Every future expansion would require buying expensive neighboring properties. Now imagine building the same park hundreds of miles away from the nearest major population center. Land suddenly becomes inexpensive. Construction becomes easier. Expansion becomes simple. But almost nobody visits. The perfect location sits somewhere between those two extremes. Close enough for millions of people to reach within a short drive. Far enough away that land remains affordable for decades of future expansion. That's exactly how many of the world's most successful amusement parks were planned. Before developers purchase a single acre, they spend years studying the land. Engineers examine soil conditions. Environmental specialists inspect protected habitats. Hydrologists analyze underground water systems. Traffic planners estimate how tens of thousands of vehicles will arrive and leave every weekend. Architects redesign layouts. Government agencies review environmental reports. Lawyers negotiate permits. Financial analysts calculate long-term returns. Months quietly become years. Nothing has been built. No guests have arrived. No revenue has been earned. Yet millions of dollars have already been spent. Then comes something almost every visitor completely ignores: the parking lot. Most people simply park their car and walk away. Developers see one of the largest hidden investments inside the entire project. A major amusement park may require parking for several thousand vehicles every busy weekend. That means enormous paved surfaces, drainage systems, security lighting, road markings, landscaping, pedestrian walkways, traffic control equipment, stormwater management, electric vehicle charging, infrastructure, and constant maintenance for decades. The parking lot doesn't operate a single ride. It doesn't sell food. It doesn't create excitement. But without it, many customers never enter the park. Then there's another investment that's even more important: the land that stays completely empty. Experienced developers rarely buy only the land they need today. They buy the land they'll need 20 years from now, because successful amusement parks never stop growing. Today's headline roller coaster eventually becomes yesterday's attraction. Tomorrow requires something even bigger. New rides need space. Hotels need space. Water parks need space. Entertainment districts need space. Future expansion depends on land that was purchased years before anyone realized it would be necessary. Only after solving those enormous real estate challenges does construction finally begin. That's when another surprise appears. Most people believe roller coasters are the biggest expense. They're not. The most expensive part of an amusement park is everything guests never notice. Before the first ride is installed, developers build roads. Underground drainage systems, electrical substations, water pipelines, sewage networks, fiber optic communication systems, emergency access roads, massive reinforced concrete foundations. Everything hidden beneath the surface quietly consumes a huge percentage of the construction budget. Every attraction depends on infrastructure that guests never even see. Take a modern roller coaster. Visitors only notice the steel track twisting through the sky. What they don't see are the enormous concrete foundations buried deep underground. Every support column transfers tremendous forces into those foundations every few seconds. A small engineering mistake could affect the entire ride. That's why every measurement is calculated with extraordinary precision long before the first section of track is delivered. Then comes electricity. Modern amusement parks consume enough power to rival small towns. High-speed launch coasters, massive lighting systems, restaurants, hotels, water attractions, digital displays, security systems, climate control. Every attraction depends on a constant supply of reliable electricity. If the power stops, the business stops. And none of that includes the rides themselves, because building the park was only the beginning. The real business starts the moment the gates finally open. So once the gates finally open, how does an amusement park actually make money? Most people think the answer is obvious. Sell tickets, run the rides. End of story. But that's only one part of the business. In many of the world's largest amusement parks, ticket sales are no longer the biggest source of profit. The real money begins after guests walk through the entrance, because every visitor represents far more than a single ticket. They represent dozens of opportunities to generate additional revenue. Let's start with admission. Every guest pays for access to the park, but unlike a movie theater, the ticket doesn't limit how much money someone can spend. It simply unlocks the opportunity to spend even more. Modern amusement parks constantly adjust ticket prices based on demand. A quiet weekday may offer discounted admission. A summer weekend may cost significantly more. Holiday seasons often command the highest prices of the year. This strategy is known as dynamic pricing. Instead of charging everyone the same amount, parks maximize revenue by matching prices to demand. Airlines use it. Hotels use it. Sports teams use it. Now amusement parks use it too. That single strategy quietly generates millions of additional dollars every year. But tickets only begin the spending. The moment guests enter the park, another business immediately begins: food and beverages. Think about how long families spend inside an amusement park. 6 hours, 8 hours, sometimes an entire day. People become hungry. Children ask for snacks. Parents buy lunch. Teenagers order drinks. Families stop for dinner before leaving. Every meal becomes another sale. A soft drink that cost only a small amount to produce may sell for several times its cost. Popcorn ice cream. Pizza.burgers.coffee. Every item carries healthy profit margins. Many visitors spend nearly as much on food as they spent on admission. Then comes merchandise. This is where emotion becomes one of the most powerful sales tools in the entire business. A child rides their favorite attraction, meets a beloved character, watches an unforgettable show, then walks directly into a gift shop. Suddenly, a toy isn't just another product. It's a memory. Parents rarely buy souvenirs because they need them. They buy them because they don't want the experience to end. That's why nearly every major attraction exits through a retail store. The ride creates excitement. The gift shop captures the emotion. The business captures another sale. Then there's something many guests happily pay extra for. Time. Waiting in line has always been one of the biggest frustrations inside amusement parks. Successful parks realized something remarkable. People aren't only buying rides, they're buying time. Premium programs like Fast Pass, Express Pass, and Lightning Lane allow visitors to skip long queues for an additional fee. The attraction doesn't change. The roller coaster stays exactly the same. The only thing being sold is convenience. Yet millions of guests willingly pay for it, because saving 2 hours of waiting may allow them to enjoy several more attractions during the same visit. For many, parks, These premium access programs generate extraordinary profits. Then come hotels. This is where many amusement parks transform into complete vacation destinations. Instead of encouraging guests to leave after one day, they encourage them to stay for 3 or 4 or even an entire week. Hotels create another powerful revenue stream. Guests pay for rooms, breakfast, parking, resort fees, room service, shopping, entertainment, and every extra night usually means another day inside the park. Disney understood this decades ago. The longer guests remain on the property, the more money stays inside the ecosystem. Then there's parking. Most visitors never think about it, but every vehicle entering the property represents another source of income. Thousands of cars arrive every busy weekend. Even a modest parking fee multiplied by thousands of vehicles quickly becomes millions of dollars over an entire season. Some parks now offer premium parking located closer to the entrance. Again, they're selling convenience, not asphalt. Then there are seasonal events. Many parks no longer depend only on summer vacations, Halloween festivals, Christmas celebrations, winter light shows, food festivals, concerts, holiday markets. Every seasonal event creates another reason for guests to return. Instead of visiting once each year, families may visit several times. Annual memberships make this strategy even more powerful, rather than selling one ticket. The park sells unlimited visits for an entire year. Members return again and again. Every visit creates new opportunities to spend money on food, drinks, merchandise, games, and premium experiences. Loyal customers become recurring revenue. Corporate events create another valuable income stream. Companies rent sections of the park for employee celebrations, product launches, private concerts, team building events, and customer appreciation programs. Many of these bookings occur during weekdays when regular attendance is lower, helping the park generate revenue throughout the entire week. Birthday parties work in a similar way. Parents aren't simply buying admission, they're purchasing convenience, reserved seating, private event spaces, food packages, birthday cakes, decorations, entertainment, dedicated staff, and unforgettable memories. Instead of selling individual products, the park sells complete experiences. Then come photography services. Throughout the day, cameras capture guests riding roller coasters, meeting characters, celebrating milestones. Those digital memories become another profitable product. Because memories often become more valuable after the experience ends, technology has also transformed the business. Mobile apps now help guests reserve attractions, order food, navigate the park, purchase merchandise, book restaurants, upgrade tickets, and buy premium experiences instantly. The phone becomes another sales platform operating every minute the park is open. But despite all these revenue streams, every dollar earned comes with enormous costs. Because behind every thrilling ride, every spectacular parade, every perfectly maintained garden, and every smiling employee is one of the most expensive operating businesses in the entertainment industry. Which raises an even bigger question. After paying for employees, maintenance, electricity, insurance, marketing, debt, safety inspections, and constant reinvestment, how much money does an amusement park actually keep? That's where the real economics of the amusement park business finally begin. But none of those revenue streams guarantee success, because amusement parks operate under one of the toughest financial models in the entertainment industry. Their biggest expenses never stop. Whether 10,000 guests arrive or heavy rain keeps everyone at home, the bills continue. Thousands of employees still need to be paid. Electricity keeps every attraction running. Insurance premiums remain. Loan payments never disappear. Maintenance teams continue working before the park opens and long after it closes. Every roller coaster must be inspected, every safety system must be tested, every restaurant must meet health standards. Because one mechanical failure doesn't just stop a ride, it can damage public trust for years. That's why successful parks invest millions in preventive maintenance. Fixing a problem before it happens is far less expensive than shutting down an attraction during peak season. Then comes another challenge: weather. Unlike shopping malls or movie theaters, amusement parks depend heavily on conditions they can't control. A rainy weekend can reduce attendance dramatically. Extreme heat can keep families at home. Severe storms may force attractions to close without warning. Yet the expenses remain exactly the same. That's why many modern parks continue investing in indoor attractions, hotels, restaurants, shopping districts, indoor entertainment, and year-round experiences that generate revenue regardless of the season. Another hidden challenge is attraction fatigue. Every new roller coaster creates excitement. Attendance rises. News spreads quickly. Guests travel long distances to experience something new, but after several years, that same attraction becomes ordinary. Visitor growth slows. Competitors unveil something even bigger. Suddenly, the park faces another enormous investment. Build a new attraction, or risk losing visitors. That's exactly why companies like Disney and Universal constantly introduce new themed lands, immersive experiences, and record-breaking attractions. They're not simply entertaining guests, they're protecting future revenue. Then comes staffing. A large amusement park may employ thousands of people during peak season: ride operators, engineers, chefs, security officers, cashiers, performers, gardeners, hotel staff, electricians, maintenance technicians, technology specialists, medical teams. Every employee contributes to the guest experience. If service quality declines, guest satisfaction declines. If guest satisfaction declines, repeat visits begin disappearing. That's why customer experience has become one of the park's most valuable assets. Modern operators analyze guest behavior, monitor queue times, study food sales, track customer satisfaction, improve mobile apps, optimize ride capacity, and use data to improve every visit. Small improvements, repeated across millions of guests, create enormous financial results. So, what does the financial picture actually look like? A successful regional amusement park may generate hundreds of millions of dollars in annual revenue. The largest global operators generate billions, but revenue isn't profit. After payroll, utilities, maintenance, insurance, marketing, safety inspections, food operations, taxes, debt payments, and continuous reinvestment, only a portion remains. That's why many smaller parks struggle, while only a handful become global entertainment empires. So, is owning an amusement park actually a great business? The answer depends on what you think you're buying. If you believe you're buying roller coasters, you're missing the real business. But if you understand you're building an entertainment ecosystem centered around tourism, hospitality, retail, restaurants, hotels, technology, and unforgettable experiences, the economics become much clearer. Because families don't visit an amusement park simply to ride attractions. They come to celebrate birthdays, create lifelong memories, spend time together, escape everyday life. The rides attract visitors. The experience keeps them there. But the business succeeds by turning every visit into long-term value. That's the real secret behind amusement parks. They don't simply manufacture excitement. They manufacture experiences people willingly pay for again and again. And once you understand that, you'll never look at an amusement park the same way again.